back today with another video, but before I get started on all the details, please make sure to hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed to my channel already, and if you are subscribed to my channel, please make sure to turn those notifications on so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Now today's unit is going to be brought to you by the company Myfirstwig. Of course, I'm going to make sure to leave all the details down below in the description area. Let's go ahead and get into what's in the box. All right, so your unit comes like this. We'll open that later. In the box, there's a wig cap, a rat tail comb, and then also your Myfirstwig bag. I know y'all don't care about none of that, so we're gonna move on. This is their 13x6 water wave wig. This one is in the length 12 inches. This is a silky texture. This one also comes with your pre-cut lace, your extra deep plucked hairline, and your extra deep bleach knots. And this hair feels really, really nice and soft, and it feels pretty thick. The parting space looks like I said, they went ahead and bleached the knots. There's your pre-cut lace. You get a comb on each side. You also get a comb in the neck area. You get your adjustable strap. You also get your drawstring, and you also get your adjustable elastic band. This is a cap size one. I do have a small head, and their cap size one fits me great. This is what the lace looks like against my skin. I'm going to go ahead and add some tint spray off of camera, just because it does feel like it's going to be a little bit light, and I definitely want this to just be a very simple and easy install. And so for me, making sure that the lace is perfectly matched up to my skin is what makes it easy, because one wouldn't have to worry about powder and foundation all the time. So you guys know I like to go in with my Tailored Crowns lace overlay in the color Almond. I'm gonna go ahead and handle that, and then I'll be right back. The wig is secure. As you can see, I am gonna have to cut off some of this lace on the side, and that's usually what happens when I am rocking a 13x6. So I'm just going to get a clip, move that out of the way, and then I'm going to trim off this side right here. We are all good. My sideburns are showing, which I don't mind, because I kind of like for them to show a little bit, just depending on what wig I'm wearing. Now I am noticing like a little bit of lace that I can still kind of trim off, so I might go in and trim that down. It's more so on this side than this side, but this is what the front of the hairline is looking like. I think they did a really good job with plucking out that and making it still look really natural. It also feels like it has a little bit of texture right in this area. The knots are super, super small. You can barely see them. You can see my cap just a little bit, but not too much. I feel like it's going to blend in fine. And then as far as the parting space goes, because this is a 13x6, the parting space does go all the way to the back. And then you can always part this on the side. It's looking like scalp. Now, if you come over this far, you are gonna run into your tracks. So this is about, let me see. That's about how far I would go. That way you don't look like you're running a track. Actually, you can kind of pull it a little bit. So yeah, about this far before you end up running into too many tracks, because you don't want to be told on. But this should be a super easy install. I don't think this is going to take me any time. We're going to keep it nice and simple. We're not going to do too much. I love the length on this. It's looking really good, but I am definitely excited to define these waves because it has been sitting in the box. I add my product in and everything, but let's go ahead and get into it, and then I'll be back to show you guys the final looks and also so you can hear my final thoughts. about Myfirstwig is just how beginner friendly and how easy, realistic, and simplistic it is to install their units. They pretty much do everything for you. You can go in and just add your own little tweaks, but for the most part, everything is done. You guys know that I added my tint spray off of camera, and then I ended up cutting off some of the lace on the side so that it can meet up by my ear. But other than that, it was very easy for me to do everything else. I installed this unit today using some of my wig grip spray, and I just put it along the very front of the hairline, tied my band around the front, and just let everything marinate in. And then I went in with some of my water, and then I also used my olive oil mousse to define the waves. It was a little bit frizzy straight out of the box because it had been sitting there, but once I added the product in, you can see the waves come to life. Also used my defining brush, and I just kind of scrunched up the hair just a little bit. You can see some coils in the front a little bit more. So I think it really just depends on what tool you use when you are defining the hair. I used my diffuser to make sure that everything was dried down, and I love the way that it looks. It looks nice and fluffy. It's not too heavy in density, and I believe because I did fluff it up a little bit more, it does look like a heavier density, but it really isn't at all. And then I added a little bit of powder in the front of my hairline. So I forgot that I had this powder right here. This is the Red by Kiss Tinted Lace Wig powder, and this one is in the color medium brown. If I can find a link for this, if I still have one, because I believe I purchased this on Amazon, I'll leave that link down below. But I put a little bit into the parting space area, and I really didn't have to do that because it was nice and open, but I wanted it to look a little bit more scalp-like, and it made everything pop. I didn't have to put any powder around the front of the hairline just because it all melted in, especially because I already added my tint spray. Go in with some of my Sleek and Shine serum just to help combat frizziness and flyaways. I did not notice a lot of flyaways at the top of the unit, which I was happy about, because sometimes with my first wig, the flyaways can be a little bit too much. Not too much. Nothing for me to feel like I have to go in and complain about. And then I did like a cute little bun right here. And I love when I did that because you can see how well plucked out the front of the hairline is. No baby hairs needed because the hairline is the star of the show. And then I just decided to do a curved side part. I added a little bit more powder right here. And yeah, very nice and easy. Now I did have to go in and add a little bit more mousse when I moved the hair around. This hair is nice and fluffy. I don't feel like this is going to be super high maintenance, but it is going to require some type of maintenance just because of the texture, especially if you decide to wear this unit in the fall and winter time, because if you're going to wear coats, scarves, and all that other good stuff, the nape area is definitely going to need more TLC. I love the length of this. I feel like it's perfect. It's realistic for every day. Like I stated, this is not a super heavy density. The more you fluff it up, the bigger it is going to look. But this was very easy and manageable for me to work with. If you wanted to put it into a low ponytail, you could. It's not too long to where you can do a bunch of different styles, but you do have some versatility going on with the parting space and how nice and open it is. I like this one. I like this one. I just did a longer wavy wig for the company, and now I am doing a shorter one. So let me know, do y'all like the short style? Are y'all feeling this one? Yes? Or do you like your wavy units a little bit longer? I think this is getting a little bit sophisticated. And of course, you can rock this unit for every day just because the length is just so easy and manageable. Know what you guys think about this unit and which style was your favorite. You guys already know about the fit when it comes to them. I don't have any issues. It's laying down really nice and flat, and it fits my head, and the drawstring is just always an extra plus. If you are interested, I'm going to make sure to leave all the links down below once again in the description area. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, turn those notifications on, share and like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.